at the Presbyterian Church of LaPorte, where a memorial service will also be held immediately after that at 11 a.m. Pastor Jane Anabi will officiate. Moral contributions for Kevin Martinson can be made to the LaPorte County Small Animal Shelter. Arrangements being handled by the Frank Kazai Funeral Home, Hessling Chapel. That's been Vital Statistics.
A life worth celebrating should be honored in a fashion fitting for the personality. At Haverstock, they build a service around the life story of your loved one. Here's Richard Weiss, owner of Haverstock Funeral Home.
At Haverstock,
Media LLC, or the sponsors. The Liquor Vault on-air line is now open for your calls or texts at 219-362-0522. This is Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
I want to come in real quick there and say that was a little bit of fake news advertising. We don't have a text line right now. We do have a call line though. If you remember what that's like, welcome to Sound Off. Glad to have you. My name's Nate Laux. It's the first episode of the month. I was going to say the first Monday, but it's actually Friday. It's the first episode of the month, which means it's time for their Sound Off Summit. The Sound Off Summit, what is that? Well, you control the topic as long as it's civil and within a 2-minute time limit. You get to talk about what you want to talk about. Again, keep it civil. I don't want any racism or sexism, any of that kind of stuff. But if you got something you want to talk about that's happening around here, or maybe you just want to talk about somebody doing a good job in the community you want to point out or bring up, or maybe you're just sad about baseball not coming back right now, you want to talk about it, let's talk. You can call me 219-362-0522. You can email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com, or let us know if you're streaming with us on Facebook Live. Now, every day on hometownnewsnow.com, our partner site for news, we put a poll on there, a daily poll. And I read those. I tell you what the results of those are on the show. And we've got, let's say, 4 new polls since Monday. And we're doing a lot of candidate polls right now. Some of them have more people participating than others based on, again, probably how many people know about the races and things like that. But I wanted to publish those. And you're welcome to call if you've got something to talk about on today's Sound Off Summit, and we'll put you on right after this. Again, that number is 219-362-0522. All right, so at the first of the week, we asked at this time, which candidate do you favor for the LaPorte County Council District 1 of the Republican Party ticket? We've got 2 candidates there. So if you're a Republican or planning on voting in the Republican primary and you're in District 1, which is South County, you've got 2 candidates, Justin Keel and Adam Karanka. At this time in our poll, which is an unscientific, just for entertainment poll, Justin Keel is up 75% to Adam Karanka's 25%. Then we asked, are you in favor of the proposed public safety local income tax, the lit tax increase, which we've talked about here ad nauseum? You know all about it. You're more informed on the lit than anybody in the county. And we asked what you think about it. 39% of you said, yes, I'm in favor. 44% said, no, I'm not in favor. And then 17% of you were vulnerable. You were honest. And you said, I don't know enough about it. Good for you. All right, next. At this time, which candidate do you favor for LaPorte County Council District 4 of the Republican Party ticket? Michael Rosenbaum versus Ronald Schaefer. Ron Schaefer just announced his candidacy. I mean, obviously he filed earlier, but I saw it in the newspaper and on different social media sites. Michael Rosenbaum is the incumbent. He was on the show not too long ago. He is up 60 to 40%. Here's the final one. At this time, which candidate do you favor for Indiana Senate District 4 of the Democratic ticket? If you are in the Michigan City area or Westville area, or you're in Porter County High, you get to vote in this one. We've got 4 Democrats running here. Incumbent Rodney Pohl Jr., he was on the show a couple months ago. Ron Meir, former Michigan City mayor. Todd Connor, and Deb Chubb. The results of that is Rodney Pohl, 47.6%. The incumbent is leading. Deb Chubb, 23.8%. Ron Muir 19%, and Todd Connor at 9.5%. So we have poll up today. I forget what the question is. I made it up. I don't even know what the question is, but I usually publish them late at night. You can go to our election headquarters. Just go to hometownnewsnow.com, and you'll find a blue banner that says election headquarters. Go there, and you'll see, here's the poll question. Do you think Hoosiers should have to obtain a license to carry a handgun? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know what you think, what our listeners and readers think about that. All right, today is a Sound Off Summit. It's the first show of the month, which means, again, Sound Off Summit, you control the topic as long as it's civil and within a 2-minute limit. Let us know what's on your mind by calling 219-362-0522, emailing soundoff@967theeagle.com, or let us know in the comments of this Facebook Live stream. Let's get to our first caller. Hey, thanks so much for calling on the Sound Off Summit. What's on your mind today?
Good afternoon. Thanks. Local politics should be on everyone's mind. This lit tax, I've said before, I'll say it again. No one's debating whether or not we need this, but it's how they want to fund it. Folks, the other day at the last council meeting, if you don't go to these meetings, you don't know, so you've got to start listening. The number was talked about of $30 million that they graciously allow us to have because of the tax caps. Now, I don't know myself or anybody else, but I haven't met this person that's getting that extra money back. So what that told me was that they're willing to take $30 million more out of our pockets to fund this local government. Not one iota have they shrunk this government ever. They refuse to get rid of the part-time employees, which is in the tune of over $2 million in salaries. They have not shrunk anybody out of these department heads. They haven't shrunk anybody out of any department. Technology, we purchase technology every year. I think the council meeting approved 5 new computers. That's technology. Technology eliminates jobs, except in local government. It creates more jobs. There's just as many people working now as when I ran in 2012, if not more. So, folks, pay attention. Listen to what the candidates have to say. Don't worry about the number, the letter, or anything after their name. Just listen to what they have to say, ask them questions. If they start to squirm, that means you've asked the proper question. So, folks, get involved, stay involved. The meetings are online. They're on this Zoom, whatever, which if you go to any of the council meetings or commissioner meetings, you can see that Zoom's not quite what it's cracked up to be. So,
hey, Steve, real quick while I got you, did you take a look at the commissioner's proposal? It's an alternative proposal for paying more money without doing the tax increase. Did you end up reading that yet?
No, I haven't, but I know what the last commissioner or previous to that, they suggested, I think Mrs. Matias suggested a 3% across the board, again, to help without doing a lit tax. But I believe Sender stood up and said that is unachievable after 2026.
Yeah, it is. It's a short-term fix for sure. Yep.
Yeah, and we need to do something long-term, which businesses that have these problems, just like I said before, the county and the city is littered with carcasses of corporations and businesses that couldn't sustain what they were doing, and they left. Unfortunately, our government will never leave us. We have to have some type of government. We have to fund it. But again, sooner or later, we're going to run out of money here on the taxpayer side. Then what are they going to do? Because the state's already said, which they should, we're not giving you any more.
All right. Well, thanks so much for calling, Steve. And good note there. I think everyone should pay attention to what's happening around us. So thanks, bud. All right. So local income tax, we've talked about that on the show quite often. We've explained that there's different types of local income tax. It's interesting because I think the county and the cities are in a weird position because the state continues to try to cut taxes. Governor Holcomb said, again, he was asked about whether or not he wants to cut taxes, and he wants to have Indiana's state income tax the lowest in the country, tied with, I think, South Dakota. And so it's an interesting position because you cut them from the state, but then if you're just raising them locally, your rates essentially are staying the same. You're just coming from a different pot, which I think some of that is intentional. But I think it's absolutely right to say The problem is there, though. I don't know. We've had the unions on to talk about the police and the fire. We've certainly talked to the county officials about the different things happening with the EMS. Anybody denying that we have an issue trying to either hire or retain top talent in our public service positions, I think is just turning a blind eye to this. And so, and as my dad is a former cop, obviously I've got a soft spot for this, but I do hope the government can figure it out. Well, we're having a Sound Off Summit today. You get to determine the topics, what you want to talk about. Did you see a good movie you want to share? You want to talk about how much you love Dennis Siddell? You could do that as well. You can call me 219-362-0522. Email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. Let me know in the Facebook Live comments. I'd love to hear from you today. We're going to take our first break. We'll be right back here only on 96.7 The Eagle.
Car problems often strike at the absolute worst times, but you can rest well knowing that Cannon's Automotive Service is here for you and dedicated to get you back on the road with prompt, efficient, same-day service. The same Cannon's commitment that LaPorte has trusted for over 50 years. Cannon's Automotive Service, now with 2 locations, 710 Tyler Street and 909 Boyd Boulevard.
With Cannon's Automotive, we fix everything.
Come into Bell Tire today. You'll get the lowest tire price, period. Get up to $200 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires. You'll also get a guy who will give you free lifetime flat repairs, tire rotations, and alignment checks. Get up to $200 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires, plus more free services and more out of your tires and more for your money. It's how we make the lowest tire price feel even lower at Bell Tire. See store and belltire.com for details and offer expiration.
Hi, I'm JT. I did a really good job of hiding my addiction to pain pills from my friends and family. Most of them never knew. On the outside, I was doing just fine. But on the inside, I knew I needed help. It's not easy to ask for help when you're used to doing it on your own, keeping it locked away somewhere no one will find. But I found groups recover together through a radio ad like this one. I have my own recovery team, and they want me to succeed. They help with medication, group therapy, and more. It's helpful being around other people who know what I'm going through. All it takes is 1 hour per week. Short and sweet, but it helps me. I share my story because I know there's someone else out there who needs to hear it. Learn more about members like me at joingroups.com/radio or give groups a call 24/7 at 463-777-9475. That's 463-777-9475.
You know, with so many things going on around the area, it's really hard to keep up with this and that, and where is it all taking place? Especially when the weekend arrives and, hey, you're looking for something to do and all of a sudden, you forgot. Well, not anymore. Let us introduce you to the Weekend Entertainment Guide. Heard every Thursday and Friday here on 96.7 The Eagle. We'll list your nonprofit event on the air for everyone to hear. Also, we'll list it on our website at hometownnewsnow.com for others to see. Just visit hometownnewsnow.com, click on the Submit tab, and fill out the form and contact us for payment as we take credit or debit cards. It's the Weekend Entertainment Guide every Thursday and Friday here on your station for country music variety, 96.7 The Eagle. And don't forget to visit our website at hometownnewsnow.com. It's the Weekend Entertainment Guide on 96.7 The Eagle and at hometownnewsnow.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Sound Off. You can now text or email your questions directly to the studio. Call or text 362-0522 or email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is Sound Off.
Welcome back, friends. Today is Friday, March 4th. We're just kind of marching along, pun intended, through the year. It's the first of the month, which means it's time for another Sound Off Summit. Again, you control the topic as long as it's civil and within a 2-minute time limit. Let us know what's on your mind by calling the Liquor Vault on-air line, 219-362-0522, or emailing me at soundoff@967theeagle.com, or let me know in the comments what's on your mind, and let's talk about it. All right, we got a couple callers on the line. Let's get to them. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the show. Welcome to the Sound Off Summit. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been hearing about this tax increase here for a while now, and I agree the first responders do need something to boost the pay and keep them around. But I was just curious if anybody ever considered perhaps making them tax exempt to make up for the shortfall in the funding for them, because that would essentially be a pay increase for them. I don't know if that's something feasible, but I figured I'd throw it out there for whoever's listening to see if it's possible. Maybe that would help out.
That's a good question. You know, it's interesting you say that because my in-laws in Europe, obviously they're in Romania, but they have a hard time attracting tech talent there and not leaving the country to go to France or Spain or England. And so for all the tech talent, which my brother-in-law is a tech person, they don't have to pay taxes. That's the incentive, right? And so it's kept a lot of tech talent in the country because it's the benefit they get. So like you said, I like the idea. I don't know what that would take or whatever, but I like the idea of thinking outside of the box here. All right, let's get to another call. Right. Hey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us. What's on your mind on today's Sound Off Summit?
Hello?
Hey, you're online.
Hi. So I want to weigh in on this LIT tax.
Yeah, go ahead, bub.
So, all right. So we pay everything, road work, everything seems to be done in the county and the city with high-priced union labor. Everywhere else in this country, they go out to the competitive best bid. But this area will pay a guy close to $80 an hour to stand on a street corner and put, say, slow or stop, okay, to repair a road or a sidewalk or whatever. But the people that go out there and risk their lives every day for these same people get paid peanuts. It's ridiculous. They need to quit hiring union labor for all these local projects and start putting it out to competitive bid, and they'll find out they'll save millions of dollars that they need to figure out how they can appropriate to the wages of the people that deserve it. The wage parity is ridiculous from what a fireman makes to compared to what a guy standing on the side of a road with a sign that says slow or stop makes. It's ridiculous. And it's a crime in itself. But that's the unions paying big money to the politicians' pockets, and we got to say union, we got to say union. Yeah, well, they ought to think about it because the guy that's saving their life is worth more money.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. You know, it is interesting. We get in these conversations here on the show about who is essential, and you got to be careful there because a lot of people, again, especially those that are pushing snow and those who are on there, obviously feel very, very protective of what they do for our community as well. However, you know, again, public safety is one thing. If you're you know, many of our listeners might know that my mother died when I was younger, and I remember waiting for the ambulance to come, and every second felt like a minute. And so when you can get them there even just a minute earlier, seconds earlier, it matters. And so having a well-staffed and a well-trained group of law enforcement and public servants in EMS and things like this is a very important thing. So we're having a Sound Off Summit today. I'd love to hear from you. The Liquor Vault on-air line is open. You're welcome to call me, 219-362-0522. I'd love to hear from you. You cannot text right now, but you can email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. If you are streaming with us online, you're welcome to put your comments there. I'd love to read them for you. Somebody online says March 4th is Marching Band Day. Do you get it, Dennis? You probably don't get it, but it's highbrow humor. March 4th is Marching Band Day. As a former marching band member, I get it. I am in on the joke. Thanks for sharing that. We want to hear from you. Today's Sound Off Summit. What do you want to talk about? The topic is yours. The Liquor Vault on-air line is 219-362-0522. Just hopefully be civil, staying within a 2-minute timeline, and let's talk about what's on your mind. All right, let's get to another caller. Hey, thanks so much for calling and participating in today's Sound Off Summit. What's on your mind?
Hello, do you got me here, Nate?
I got you. What's on your mind, bub?
Yeah, this is Mike the Hot Chick. How's it going? Just
good. Hey, Mike, welcome. Are you done with the legislative session now?
No, we still got another week or so to go. We're hoping maybe we'll get done by Monday or Tuesday. But just a couple of things I just want to talk about. I know you guys are about the lit tax, and the other caller had a neat idea about maybe waiving some state tax liability for
Sure.
Our emergency services folks. That's kind of a really creative solution. But of local importance, we did pass Senate Bill 410 this past week. Senate Bill 410 deals with that young or that child who was murdered by his father down in South County, Judah Morgan. So that bill did pass, which will now allow foster parents the right to intervene in custody cases. So it's a big step forward to protecting these kids from going back into bad family situations.
Yeah, that's a good bill, and I'm glad you're doing it. The more, I know the more stakeholders for any of those things, the harder sometimes it gets. But when you're talking about child advocacy and child intervention, I think the more eyes on it, the more voices there, probably the better, huh?
You're absolutely right. Something else we did too is it's got one more step to go. It's got to go back to the House for concurrence. But I did not know this, but we've been trying to get this resolved for a couple of years. That in the state of Indiana, no does not mean no when it comes to sexual assault. There actually has to be some elements that show that the person was actually harmed. So some kind of physical evidence. That's not the case once this bill makes it through.
Yeah, that needs fixed. That needs fixed.
I mean, yeah, it sure does. So that's just a couple things that are going on right now. It's we're getting towards the end of session, so we'll have to wait and see how everything else kind of fleshes out. But just wanted to give a quick call. Yeah,
real quick for some of our listeners. I know there have been a couple bills that have been on the minds of some, but Senator Bohacek, the controversial education bill, that died, right?
Correct. That did not receive a vote in the Senate. So it came over to the House. Well, if you remember, Senate Bill 167 was a Senate version that did not get a vote. I think it was 1034 is what the House bill was that came over. That one also did not receive a vote. So I think we're going to be looking at some elements of the bill that might get amended into some other things, but we're still kind of working through some of that stuff. There was some, certainly some divisive concepts in both of those bills. So we're still working through those. It seems like we only got a few days to go, but a lot happens in a couple days.
I bet. And then the other bill that's gotten a lot of airtime, and I know Sheriff John Boyd was on the show talking about it as well. The permitless carry for a handgun. I know you're a handgun owner, and you've talked about it on the show as well. What happened to that bill? Is it still alive? What's going on there?
So that bill died in rules. There was a strip and insert amendment put on the bill in committee that basically violated the rules of the Senate. So that language was dead. Now there was another strip and insert done in a committee on another bill to put the language back in. So we might be looking at that maybe Monday or Tuesday. So it's kind of a strange thing, It's like something's dead, but it's only kind of mostly dead until until we adjourn, sine die. It's kind of like that Princess Bride movie. Everybody's he's only mostly dead. He's not really all the way dead.
Yeah.
But I still have my concerns about it. I mean, it does remove a tool for law enforcement. Unfortunately, now when somebody's carrying a firearm in their car with permitless carry, the officer really can't ask them, is that gun, are you permitted to carry the gun? Which in many cases leads to other charges up to and mostly including drugs. So it's going to remove a tool from the toolbox. But, if that's what folks think that is the best course to go, then we're certainly going to move that way and vote that way. So, but I would anticipate seeing that one again, like I said, Monday or Tuesday.
All right. Well, thanks so much for calling. Hopefully we'll get you back on the show after this is done, after you're home and maybe rested up a little bit. And we'll talk a little bit more about what happened over this session, okay?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right. Take care, Senator. All right. We're having a Sound Off Summit today. We're talking about what's on your mind. Thanks so much for calling, Senator Bohacek. Let's get to another caller before break. Hey, thanks so much for calling. What's on your mind today?
I don't think having a red wine and brew party, raising $37,000, take the money in a church and give it out to the first responders. I think that goes against the Bible. I don't think that's the way to do it. If they have to raise the taxes a little bit, and really to help out a little bit, but maybe they'll have to take less money. I don't know.
Yeah, the red wine. I always have a hard time saying red wine and brew, but yes, that did give money to first responders. All right, we're going to take another break here, our final break of the day. Get back to your callers. You've got about 15 minutes to call yet. So if you've got something on your mind, the Liquor Vault on-air line is 219-362-0522. You're welcome to call me or email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. Write about it in the Facebook live stream. I'd love to read your comments as well. Today is March 4th, Marching Band Day. Stick with us. Lots more jokes like that to come. This is 96.7 The Eagle.
Ben Conowitz here, LaPorte Seamless Gutter, 219-362-9972. You know, fall is here, and that means leaves and debris for your gutter system. We've got 3 separate types of gutter guard for your home. Leaves and debris come in all shapes and sizes. We don't need a one-size-fits-all for your gutter. Give us a call today for a free estimate at 219-362-9972, or you can visit us on the web, www.lpseamless.com.
Bring your plans and project ideas to the 2022 Home and Lifestyle Expo at the Blue Chip Casino Event Center in Michigan City. Admission is free for this 2-day family event, Saturday, March 5th and Sunday, March 6th, presented by the Builders Association of LaPorte County. Talk with professionals in home building, remodeling, maintenance, landscaping, home decor, and so much more. Enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree. The 2022 Home and Lifestyle Expo. Visit homelifestyleexpo.com for more information.
Good news, Surf Fiber Internet is growing in LaPorte. Get 1 gig speed with a free whole home Wi-Fi router for only $65 a month. There's no hidden fees, no contracts, and free installation. They are building out more neighborhoods every day. So visit surffiber.com to check your address for service or call 844-955-SURF for more details. That's 844-955-SURF. This is a limited time offer. Speeds may vary and some restrictions apply.
Join 96.7 The Eagle every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. for Bethany Church's Sound Up. Enlighten your Sunday morning with inspirational words of faith from Pastor Dennis Meyer. Bethany Church's Sound Up every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. on 96.7 The Eagle.
Are you in the auction scene but unsure how to dive back in once this COVID thing took over? The auction business has changed. Check out the Lighthouse Estate Management website for secure online auction fun. Click the online auction tab. Large, clear, easy to see photos of a wide variety of merchandise, secure bidding, and easy to follow instructions on bidding and pickup. Easy to shop and see what you may not be able to live without. Find them on the web, Lighthouse Estate Management, LLC.
Payne Powder Coating and Sandblasting right here in LaPorte can meet all your commercial, industrial, and individual powder coating, sandblasting, and welding needs. Whether it's a car, truck, or tractor part that needs welded, or you just have a question, give Bob a call, 219-575-4309. Payne Powder Coating and Sandblasting can powder coat anything up to 12 foot long and do production runs of 1 part or 1,000. The next time you find yourself looking for a professional, give Bob a call at 219-575-4309.
Welcoming you back to appointment day at the Martinez house. Raul Martinez looking stressed about scheduling a colon cancer screening.
Anyone 45 or older should have this booked yesterday. The procrastination is disgraceful. This man needs to focus.
From your lips to his ears, Stephen A. He's typing away solid form. He just pledged to get screened on takeahealthystand.org.
Uh-oh, now Raul's looking at his cell phone. This is unacceptable. Is he watching a cute video right now?
Oh, it's the one where the cat thinks he's people.
That cat is not a person. It's preposterous.
Focus, Raul. Yes, he's finished the form. He's made a telemedicine appointment next Tuesday, 9:30. All he's got to do is hit send.
Look out. His eyes are wandering.
Not back to the stress ball thingy. But Raul uses his other hand to hit send.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
Let's look at the forecast at 96.7 The Eagle, brought to you by the Pink Sheep Children's Boutique.
The charming and affordable Pink Sheep Children's Boutique has so many fun themes and styles for boys, girls, and moms. Come see for yourself. The Pink Sheep Children's Boutique, 604 Lincoln Way in downtown LaPorte.
Michiana weather.
Cloudy this afternoon with highs around 44. Winds out of the southeast, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies tonight, 36. A dusting of snow Sunday night. From the Weather Center at hometownnewsnow.com. Right now, 40.
We're waiting to hear from you. Dial or text 362-0522 and let us know what you think. That's 362-0522. Back to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
Welcome back, friends, to Sound Off. Glad to have you with us. It's the first show of the month, which means it's time for another Sound Off Summit. Again, you control the topic as long as it's civil and within a 2-minute limit. Let us know what's on your mind by calling 219-362-0522 or emailing soundoff@967theeagle.com. And let us know in the comments of Facebook Live. Let's get to another caller. Hey, thanks so much for calling the show. Thanks for listening. What's on your mind today?
Good afternoon, Nate. You just made me laugh.
Oh,
as long as it's civil.
Yeah, we try.
I'll try. Hey, I got two things. The first thing is I hope all the Green New Deal people are very happy now that they got what they wanted. You know, high gas prices. There's no reason for us to keep buying oil from Russia when we can get it here in our backyard. I mean, does that make sense to ship it all the way here, you know, when it's in our backyard? So, but on a different note, a more serious note, I got a problem with your boss there and a couple of your employees. They've been really upping this LaPorte basketball team and ripping Michigan City. You know, Dennis said good luck to everybody today but Michigan City Wolves.
No!
So...
Dennis.
Jeff was ripping. Yeah, and Jeff was ripping on Sound Off on Tradio the other day. He's, you know, but my problem with the Michigan City Wolves is they should actually be called the Michigan City Coyotes because all the coyotes running around our backyard out here. So,
I tell you what, Michigan City is excited to see. Jamie Hodges is a great player, and they've got a couple other players that are exciting to watch. You know, I'm a New Prairie graduate. My kids go to LaPorte, but it should be a good game tonight. I love the cross county games, and so but Michigan City's got a great team. Tom Wells is a good coach.
Jamie Hodges was very sick at their game that they just won against Mishawaka. He only played a little bit. Yeah, so hopefully he's back today. Not, I'm sure you guys are saying hopefully not. But, but yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, go Wolves or Coyotes, okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying. If he's not feeling better, I would check Dennis Siddell. Maybe he's done something. You know, he Tanya Harding this thing. You never know. So
well, back in the day when I played for Rogers, we got a bunch of players on the team got food poisoning at semi-state down in Fort Wayne.
Oh, wow.
So you never know.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Right, see you.
Yeah,
Take
good
care.
luck. All right, let's get to another caller. Hey, welcome to the Sound Off Summit. What's on your mind today?
Well, how you doing, Nate?
I'm doing well, man. The weather's nice. It's hopeful. I'm hoping. I saw some of my wife's flowers are starting to kind of bloom or come, not bloom, but kind of come out of the ground. I think we might survive this winter.
Yeah, I'm ready to see it in.
Yeah, me too.
I'm still standing with law enforcement on this permitting thing. I still think we should have the permitting process. Do whatever we can to protect those that protect us all. So that's where I'm at with that. But, you know, on another topic about the gas prices, yeah, we're all feeling the crunch now, but I'm not surprised by it. If you think back when no one could go anywhere with this pandemic, when everything was closed, gas was cheap.
Yeah, it was.
Did any of us think that OPEC would be less greedy, or the oil barons, once things opened up? You know, they will do whatever they can. I mean, the price of oil now per barrel is up over $100, and I think it was like $40-something back when no one was going anywhere, and gas was $2 a gallon. You know, so I'm just not surprised by it. I think that there is a lot more to it than just the inflation and supply chains and whatnot issues. I think it's greed, and that's my thoughts on that. But anyway, that's all I've got today, and I thank you for your time, my friend.
Yeah, be good to yourself, buddy, and have a good weekend, all right? All right, so yeah, it is interesting. We've got, I was just talking to Dennis in between, and, you know, ExxonMobil's highest profits in 7 years, Chevron, highest profit in 7 years, Shell, highest profit in 7 years, BP, highest profit in 8 years. Gas prices, highest they've been in 7 years. So, you know, you trace it and you wonder how much greed has to play in it. Let's get to another caller. Hey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on today's Sound Off Summit. What's on your mind? Hello? All right, let's get to another caller. Hey, welcome to today's Sound Off Summit. Glad to have you. What's on your mind?
Nate, you're a good man. God bless you. Happy Friday, buddy.
Hey, happy Friday to you. Not bad weather, huh?
Hey, just blew out the flip-flop on a pop-top, so we'll get that repaired over at Walmart, and good weather, finally. We're going to break through, but, hey, winter up here goes to June 1st, so
yeah, that's true.
You have to put the winter jacket on, put the windbreaker on, and flip-flop back and forth, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and if the ice reappears, hopefully they'll stay off the ice on the edge of Lake Michigan. That was foolish, but, hey, we've all done it one time or another, and you got to know how to swim before you jump in the water.
It's true.
So, no, liberals, they love pain. They love pain and suffering. So, my friend up there in Roland Prairie, he's got to realize that we were energy independent. So, United States of America, the 50 states, we were energy independent. We didn't have to buy any crude oil, 42 gallons in a barrel, from anybody. We didn't have to ship in any natural gas, any methane, propane. We supplied it all. And when Sleepy Joe got in office, got out of the basement and became our imaginary president, look what's happened. They love pain. They love pain and suffering. Anything they can do to help Vladimir Putin genocide people across the world, this is what they're doing. We're still buying hundreds of thousands, millions of barrels of oil a day from Russia, who's supposed to be our enemy, not an ally, and give him more spending money to go genocide and kill more people. It's crazy. I don't understand the democratic philosophy. I really don't. There used to be a day when we understood it, but not today. It's completely upside down. Now they got kids sharing toilet seats. A boy and a girl get to share a toilet seat in a bathroom, and it's like, what in God's name is that all about? And
all right, thanks so much for calling. That's our 2 minutes. We've got just 2 minutes left, so I want to get to one more caller before we're done. Hey, welcome to the Sound Off Summit. You're our final caller of the day. What's on your mind?
Yeah, and the gun permit law they're trying to repeal. People need to quit making it so complicated. If you don't have a felony on your record, they pretty much have to give you a gun permit. So if you don't have a felony, a 29-cent background check on a police radio, then you get to have a gun permit. As a matter of fact, a department or anybody got involved and tried to prevent you from doing that for some personal reason, they might open themselves up for a lawsuit. Really not a big argument. This is about money. Law enforcement getting money, and I don't blame them. There's several $1 million a year involved in this thing, and they can use that for operations. But the bottom line is you're charging people for something that they don't need to pay for.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Again, I think part of the issue that that the police have said is that there are people that come in every year that don't know that they're not actually able to have guns, and they stop them from getting guns and carrying a handgun and things like that. I know they took away a lot of fees. I don't know what all the fees are. I think all you have to pay now is for fingerprinting. But the actual permitting, I think, is not as expensive as it was. I think it might even be free now. So, because that was, I know, for our law enforcement, that was an element of income for them, that they got that money and now they don't. So again, I do think, again, it's one of those things. The Indiana State Police Chief essentially went on and said, you can't say you back the blue, and then whenever the blue has an idea and tells you this is not a good idea, you just turn a blind eye. And so it's an interesting debate going on between law enforcement and our elected officials, and we'll keep on following it and hopefully ask Representative Boy and Pressel and State Senator Pohl and Bahachik next time they're on the show about that. So, hey, I want to thank you so much for listening to the show today. Thanks for being a part of our Sound Off Summit. I appreciate you guys being civil, being able to talk about, again, important topics that matter to people. And so we'll be back again on Monday. Keep listening to 96.7 The Eagle.
Thank you for joining us and voicing your opinion on this edition of Sound Off. The views on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media LLC, or the sponsors.